Queen Creek might be the last place in all of Phoenix where you can find a newer home with a large backyard for a reasonable price, but that doesn't mean it's the right town for everyone. Today I'm going to walk you through all of the pros and cons of what it is like to live in Queen Creek, and I'm going to help you decide if it is the right place for you to live. At the end of the video, I'm also going to go over some of the top neighborhoods that are in Queen Creek to help you kind of get started on where to look if you're looking into this city. If you're looking for the best suburbs to move into in Phoenix, then reach out to me because I put together a completely free Phoenix suburbs guide. It compares all of the different suburbs in the Phoenix Valley. It compares their schools, the home prices, the crime rates, gives you some of the best neighborhoods. So it's just a really good resource for you. So just reach out to me and I'm going to send that over to you. The number one reason why people are choosing to move to Queen Creek is because the home prices are more affordable here than surrounding areas, especially when considering how new the homes are in this area. Now, if you're just looking at the median sales price of homes in Queen Creek, you're going to notice it's still pretty high. It's really not super affordable when compared to other surrounding areas, but the biggest difference is that Queen Creek has a ton of new homes here. So if you're looking for a new home, which most people prefer, Queen Creek is going to have much more affordable options than Gilbert, Chandler, or even Mesa. Let's take Gilbert for example. The median sales price of a home built in the last 5 years in Gilbert is over $800,000, and the median sales price of a new home built in Queen Creek is just at $650,000. So it is $150,000 cheaper for a newer home in Queen Creek than Gilbert, and in Queen Creek you're likely going to get a larger home for that price, as well as possibly a larger backyard depending on what you're willing to spend. And not only are the prices just better in Queen Creek for new homes, you have so many new developments in this community, which we're going to talk about a little bit later, so you're going to have a ton more options to go over than surrounding areas. So the prices are better, yes, but what are you sacrificing when living in Queen Creek versus other areas? The biggest thing that you are giving up when you move to Queen Creek is convenience. Queen Creek is set way down in the southeast part of the valley, so it's definitely not a central location. If you're looking to go into downtown Phoenix to enjoy the nightlife or into Scottsdale to visit some great restaurants, then it's going to be a 40 to 50 minute drive from the Queen Creek area to get to those locations. It's not the end of the world living out here in Queen Creek, but it's definitely not ideal to be, almost an hour away from some of the best places in all of Phoenix. Now, on the other hand, there is a benefit to living a little bit outside of the main city limits, and that is that the area is just much less congested and you do have a lot more space here. In Queen Creek, you're going to have way more room to spread out and expand your home and enjoy your privacy than you will in most other Phoenix cities. This is simply because there is just more space in Queen Creek. It is not overly developed like most of the rest of Phoenix is, and a lot of the home sites here are larger as well. Now, don't get me wrong, you're still going to have your cookie cutter neighborhoods with very small lots, but if you're looking for something with a larger lot and you don't want to spend a fortune, then Queen Creek is going to be a really good place for you to look. Another thing Queen Creek has that a lot of other cities just don't have is a ton of RV garage homes. Now, I know this is kind of a weird thing to mention, and of course there are going to be RV garages in almost every city here in Phoenix, but it is a lot more common in Queen Creek because there are so many new homes here, and RV garages are kind of a new thing with new builds. So a lot of homes you see will have attached or detached RV garages, and what also plays into it is just you have larger lots, so there's simply more room to build an RV garage, whereas in some of the other cities you just don't have the lot size to have that. Now, I mentioned Queen Creek is less congested and it's not as busy than other parts of the city, but there is one exception to this: the traffic. There is some traffic in Queen Creek. Now, it's mostly on Ellsworth Road, which is kind of the main road in Queen Creek, and it does get a little bit congested in here. The main reason for the traffic in Queen Creek is because there are really only a few routes in and out of town from the Phoenix area, so that just leads to some congestion, especially during the rush hour times. Now, it's not going to be terrible. It's probably going to add a couple minutes onto your drive, but it is going to be a little bit annoying if you have to deal with this every day. Now, the bright side is that this traffic is not going to be there forever. The state already knows about this. This is a known issue. It's not something that is super new. So they're working on expanding the roadways and adding more routes in and out of Phoenix so that it'll just really alleviate the traffic in Queen Creek in the near future. So don't really expect Queen Creek to have traffic issues way down the line. The city's really just kind of going through some growing pains because it has grown so fast. Speaking of the growth of this town, there is definitely some growth that needs to happen with the restaurants, shopping, and entertainment in this area. Now, you have the basics like movie theaters, entertainment parks for kids, and things like that, and you have quite a few chain restaurants here in the area, but really there is no nightlife, and there really aren't too many unique entertainment spots or restaurant spots, aside from, I guess, the Olive Mill is pretty cool, and Schnepp Farms, which admittedly, yeah, those are pretty cool and unique places, but there needs to be some more growth here while the city grows, and I do expect that to happen. Now, I keep mentioning this, and this is a common theme, but Queen Creek is still a growing city, and it's happening fairly quickly. LG is building a $5.5 billion plant out here, and that's just going to bring a ton of jobs and growth into the area. Now, when choosing a place to live, the number one priority is, of course, making sure it fits your lifestyle and budget, but the second priority is probably that you're investing in a good area that's going to have a lot of future growth, and Queen Creek has just that. There are so many new developments popping up everywhere here. From homes, there's tons of new home communities, and there's also, of course, like I mentioned, the LG plant that they're building out here. And LG is putting this huge investment into Queen Creek, and other large companies are sure to follow. And that's just going to lead to a ton of growth and wealth in the area, which is, of course, going to be great for your investment if you purchase a home here. Queen Creek is also a very family-friendly community. It is a very safe community. They have great schools here. They have a lot of family-friendly festivals and events and a ton of outdoor activities to do as well. So it is very catered towards families out here, and that's, you know, the main group that ends up living in this area. One of the best communities here in Queen Creek is the Harvest community. This neighborhood has multiple builders in here. They have great amenities. It's a master planned community, very nice. You can find homes from the 500,000s all the way up to the millions, and it's just a really well done master planned community. Barney Farms is another great community. It is master planned as well and has great amenities. The biggest difference is that there is only one builder in here, and that is Fulton Homes. If you're looking for a more standard community and you don't necessarily need the master planned amenities, then Geordie Farms by Shea Homes is going to be a great option. It is a very nice neighborhood, and it's built by Shea Homes, which put out a really nice product, and they do a good job in most of their homes. Now, there are about 15 other great communities here in Queen Creek that I don't really have time to mention here, but if you want more suggestions, just reach out to me and I can give you suggestions that match your criteria specifically. So many people are choosing to ditch Chandler and Gilbert and Mesa in favor of the newer, more spread out Queen Creek, but is it worth living further away from the best parts of the city? Let me know down in the comments. And if you found value in this video, you might want to check out my other video that I made on Surprise, Arizona.